Okay, IC5 team, I realize that this is the app that you've been waiting for. This is being done on an iPod 3G, which is the oldest iPod that can run the operating system iOS 5 or greater. And that's important because I had to make the executive decision to not support any operating systems below that, and I did send out the list of phones earlier. The oldest phone that can use this is the iPhone 3GS, and then this is the oldest iPod that can use it. All iPads can use the app. So shouldn't be too much compatibility problem with that. You'll see there in the icon that it actually runs out of room with the title, and you'll see I'm not the only one later when we look at the iPad that's having this problem. So it only allows one line, and it only allows one line on the iPad as well. So that creates an issue for a lot of longer-winded titles. So let's go ahead and get started. The splash screen is too fast, and I'll work on that later. So we have the demographics page. It looks a little different. Selecting things is done by pickers, and so it can be pretty fast. There have been some complaints before about getting to the right age, and then basically whatever you're selecting is what's going to be chosen when you go back. And there we are, 100. And these work just as you might expect. The only one that's different is the language one, and that's because it has an on-off button for English as a second language, and so I'm going to go ahead and mark that and then say that they were speaking Spanish. That's not yet supported in the reports, but I went ahead and put that in there for now for them to enter. One thing that I need to say about this is using a very standard user interface for the iPhone, and that is tab bars, which are down at the bottom where you can switch back and forth between activities, like the survey is right there, the screening is right there, the about information is there. So you can quickly switch back and forth between different activities, which sometimes creates some problems, but in general it's been going okay. And so we'll go ahead and do the screening for this person. And this is generally what the screening looks like. I chose to do portrait for the iPhone. It seemed to fit better. And I may even go to portrait if I can for the Android for consistency's sake, unless anybody's really attached to the landscape questioning format. And so one thing I haven't implemented yet is the helper text on these, so that you won't see any of those ghostly question marks like in the Android, but all the questions are the same, so let's go on through. And how many times miss a dose. Okay, and the results, one thing that you might notice if you look at the bottom right away is the results are cut off. So I am having some issues with the screen size. I'm going to try to move things around a little bit and see if I can get it on there. I did want to go with a 24-point font because I feel like if we do distribute this to the elderly population, or even really in the 65 to 75-year-old range, might be a little problem with the text size. So really only one choice at this point, and that's to go to the next patient, which really just goes to the start, and then the survey. Now the survey can't be automatically sent on the iPhone. I think I mentioned that before. So when we get to the end, we're going to basically be prompted with a regular. So this is how text is entered. And for some reason the screen, that didn't go very well. So for some reason the keyboard will not disappear. There's no way to make that disappear, so I had to really rearrange things on this screen so I could still have a submit survey button. And so then it pulls up what the email is going to look like, and I haven't updated this one to reflect the enhanced reporting that I showed in the Android, but as you can see, it's going to report that this is iOS 5.1, the latest operating system on it's blurry, but it's on an iPod. It calls it a 3,1 I guess 3 generation first edition or something, and so I would hit. In this case, it does require some user interaction. They do have to hit the send button. It's highlighted pretty brightly in blue there, so hopefully they wouldn't just exit the app. So I'm going to go ahead and send that. And it goes out pretty quickly. Well, I believe that's it for the iPhone. I'll backtrack through some of these things for the iPad and maybe highlight a couple of other items. So that's it for the iPhone version. Thanks for watching.